News Talk 1330 FM 106.3.
Well, good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to the WLBB Community Voice program here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. I'm your host this morning, Colin Worthington. My guest is Belinda Meadows. She is with the Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging and kind enough to come all the way from LaGrange this morning to talk about an event that is going on in Carrollton next week, an important event which will benefit the community, resources for families, elderly, and the children. Before I do talk to you, I probably should remind everybody that you have the opportunity to watch us on the News Talk 1330 Facebook page this morning. If you're not driving, if you're driving, just keep your radio on. But if you're at home or you're at work, pop up the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page, and you can check out myself and my guest. And if you have questions or comments during the program, you can post them up there on our Facebook page, and I'll take a peek at those and share them with our guest. Also, as Steve Graddick always likes to point out, we do have a phone here still at the radio station. The phone number is 678-601-8255, 678-601-TALK. If you have a question, you can do it that way as well, and he'll be eager to answer. If you just want to call Steve and say hi, I think he'd appreciate that as well. But let us return to our guest right now. Again, Belinda Meadows, Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging, and a Resource Day event that is coming up at Beulah Baptist Church on August the 28th, a couple of hours where people who are in families, or if you're in the elderly demographic, or if you have children or are a children, you might want to participate or care about this event. So again, good morning. And tell us about this big shindig going on next week.
Well, good morning. I am so excited about this event. It's going to be so many local resources, government resources, businesses, all kinds of local resources that could be available for you there at the church. People are going to come out from behind the desk, and they're going to be there at the church. You can speak with them, meet with them, find out about all these different resources, like grandparent raising grandchildren. So if you're raising grandchildren, come out and find out about all the resources that's available for you, and get in touch with other grandparents that are raising their grandchildren. Find out all the different, they can help you with paperwork, let you know about resources, summer camps, school supplies, all kinds of things that grandparents are needing when they're raising their grandchildren. Also, the Carrollton Housing Authority is going to be there talking about rent that's affordable. Community Action for Improvement is wonderful. They help you with your heating and cooling assistance, give you financial assistance to help pay for heating and cooling, weatherization in your home. So come out and meet these people, talk to them, get to know what services are available, learn their names so when you do need these services, you know who to contact. The hearing for phones for the hearing and visually impaired is going to be there, showing you the phones, showing you how to access them, what you need to be able to have these phones in the home. Like you don't have to have a internet or have a home phone anymore. It can run through other systems. Technology is so vastly available to you now, so they're sort of a little different, but it could help somebody that's visually impaired or hearing impaired be able to communicate with their family members. Medicare counseling is going to be available for you there as well. Nursing home transitions. If you know somebody that's in a nursing home and you want to bring them back out in the community, you're going to learn all about those resources and what's available and how to obtain those resources to get somebody back out in the nursing home. If you're in a nursing home for rehab and you're thinking about coming home but you're going to be by yourself, how do you access all those resources that's going to be available to move you back out into the community after rehab? Durable medical equipment is another one that's going to be there, talking about all the different kinds of durable medical equipment and how you could maybe get it at low cost and be able to try it out and see it, because there's so many different things out there that could really enrich a lot of people's lives.
So will be things on site that they can test out?
Yes, it will be.
Right. Now, I believe you were on the show. I want to say it was 6 months ago, but it may have been a year ago, actually. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's been about a year.
It was when it was the Medicare registration deadline.
Yep.
So it might have been like last August, September, because it was. I think the date might have been November.
It was October.
Was that the cutoff?
The 15th 15th to December the 7th is your Medicare.
So
open
it
enrollment.
was September. It was a whole year ago that you were on here, but we count on you as the Medicare expert. So
Yes.
we're gonna hold you to that. Going back and talking about this event, do you expect that they'll be encourage people to attend? Maybe grandparents who are taking care of their grandkids. There may be things they haven't had to deal with yet, but I imagine there are some experiences they've had that maybe they wouldn't mind a second opinion on. Do you have any examples of things like that? Things that maybe some issues that grandparents do have to deal with nowadays when they're taking care of their grandkids?
Well, a lot of times it's funding. It's like they start raising the kids and they don't know what's available out there. Especially when you're older, you might not know about all the different resources that could be available to help a child. Like even tutoring. We're going to have somebody there talking about teen literacy, helping them be able to read and know about what tutoring's available and how to stop people that are not able to read or write, trying to improve that with our young children. So that would be wonderful, especially if they're having a hard time adjusting, moving back in with the grandparents. They need that extra support, and they'll be able to learn about all those different supports. They're on August the 28th between 2 and 4 at Beulah Baptist Church.
Now, is this an event that comes up annually, or is this, hey, I mean, if you have issues and concerns, you want to take advantage of this one time?
This is the first time that the church has had any community reach out to the community, bring all these resources available. So everybody's so excited to finally be able to bring all these different resources together and partner with the church. Because that's what Beulah Baptist Church wants to do, is be able to help the community. Because the church is the community. It is all the community. It's just not the church. So we really want to bring all local resources and educate the public. Because you don't never know when you're going to need all kinds of different services. And when you're in the middle of a crisis, is not the time to be thinking, well, what's out there? You want to sort of learn about it. Come and meet the people that you can actually talk with and get to know it when you're not in the middle of a crisis.
And you have that crisis, you may not know where to go or who to call.
That's right.
For some of those things. Now, is it the 10-county region? Three
Yes.
Rivers, 10 counties?
Yes, we cover 10 counties.
Are you able to do this, something like this for every county?
We do. We're always out in the community. And so if you ever need one of the area agency on aging for the elderly and disabled experts to come out and speak with you or talk with you about any of the resources, all you have to do is give us a call. The number is 678-552-2838. That's 678-552-2838. And you can speak with an aging or disability resource person, and they'll be able to tell you about all the different resources that could be available. And they listen to you and really try to figure out where you are and what you're actually trying to do. And we really work with people on a one-on-one basis.
I think our older population, we do a lot of stories with the Carroll County Agency or the Carroll West Georgia Council on Aging. Do you guys work together, or are there
Yes.
differences in those two agencies?
We work together.
Yeah.
We do. We kind of support each other. So whatever they would need, we sit on their advisory council. So we're aware of everything that goes on. We kind of partner with them and we work together.
Well,
yes.
They work a lot with us, and we do appreciate them, and they give us a lot of help and a lot of valuable advice to our listeners. Belinda Meadows, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. She is with the Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging, and she wants to promote a Resource Day event that's coming up at Beulah Baptist Church. It'll be August the 28th. Is that Wednesday or Thursday? Today's 23rd.
Wednesday.
The address is 439 Beulah Church Road in Carrollton. You can put that in your GPS and find that address. It'll be from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock. Again, that's Wednesday. It's a lot of community resources for families, for the elderly, and resources for children as well. We'll talk more about that event and some more of the work that the Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging does do throughout the year when we return from this first break. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. Also this morning, sponsored by our good friends at Oak Mountain Academy. And you can also watch us on the News Talk 1330 Facebook page this morning. We'll look for your questions and comments during the break. More after this.
Oak Mountain Academy has offered a challenging college preparatory education for over 50 years. With over 500 graduates, we have maintained a 100% college acceptance rate. Over 90% of our students earn acceptance to their first choice of college or university, and over the past 5 years, our students have earned over $10 million in scholarship offers. Our students are creating a legacy. Come, be a part of our family and create your own legacy today. To learn more, visit us at oakmountain.us.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org. or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
(8:41). Welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice Program, News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. Our program sponsored by Oak Mountain Academy and Tanner Health System. I'm your host this morning, Colin Worthington. My guest, Belinda Meadows. She's from Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging, and kind enough to come talk about an event which is going on next Wednesday here in Carrollton, a resource day for families, the elderly, and for children. It'll be at the Beulah Baptist Church, 439 Beulah Church Road here in Carrollton. The date is August the 28th. It'll be from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock. Can you tell us some more, maybe some resources on hand? You'd mentioned a nice little bit in the first segment, perhaps some additional ones that might pique people's interest.
Others would be a Medicaid waiver program. That's to help you stay in the home with Medicaid and with resources and with the support there in the home to help you so you don't have to transition to a nursing home so quickly. It kind of keeps you in the home. So that is a very good asset because it is cheaper to get any kind of services in the home versus a nursing home. So it kind of helps you stay at home longer. And everybody wants to stay at home as long as they can. So that's going to be available where you can come and learn about it, learn about the income limits on it, what kind of services that you will be able to get and support. So if you want to learn about those resources, either for a family member, a neighbor, a church member, anybody that you might see, a friend, you just want to know about those so you can help somebody during that time when they're trying to stay.
Will you be the speaker for that one? Will you be the resource for that information?
No, but there will be somebody from the Area Agency on Aging
that's just as qualified as you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. We'll trust you.
Yes. We're going to have Willowbrook's going to be there talking about services, and we're going to have a nutrition there on site. So if you're dealing with a chronic illness and you've got questions about what foods are good to eat, how would you set up a diet plan, or any kind of questions that you might have, so you could speak to a qualified nutritionist and ask questions. They're going to be there. They're going to be door prizes. There's going to be lots of things that you're going to be able to get for free that's going to be there set up on the tables. So it's just going to be a very fun, knowledgeable day. It's just a couple hours. It's going to be jam-packed, and we're very excited about it to be able to bring all these resources locally. Right, where you can come by and talk, because it's hard sometimes when you call an agency and you don't know what questions to ask. So now you can just come and meet with them face to face. They're going to be standing there, no appointments. Just come and just meet and talk with all the business and government services staff that's going to be available that can screen or let you know any kind of questions that you might have in the own comfort of your time, just being able to sit and say, go to this person and be able to ask those questions without having to wait for an appointment.
And that is key. You mentioned being helped out with questions that you may need to ask. Mm-hmm. I mean, there could be benefits out there that nobody's really aware of. It's like, wow,
true.
I have this issue and this could help me, and I had no idea that this was out there. Can we talk about Medicare, Medicaid a little bit? being that you are that expert? As far as, I mean, that's an annual date where the cutoff date is, right?
True.
And then what is the age? Like, how old do you need to be right now? I mean, is it too early for people to start thinking about that with the cutoff date coming up in September?
No, if you are receiving
October.
Medicare at age 65, you get on Medicare unless you've been deemed disabled through Social Security for 24 months. You receive your Medicare on the 25th month. Then it's time to start looking at your Medicare options to either get funding to pay for your Part B as in boy, or enroll in an Advantage plan, one where you have copays when you go to the doctor or hospital, or you can opt just for a prescription drug plan to help with the cost of your medications. Also, if you have problems and some of the medications is very costly and you can't afford it, you can call Georgia Cares and they can help you determine how to get those medications at a lower cost.
And I didn't want to take away from the event or anything like that, but I figured we had you here. We had to take advantage of that a little bit.
Yes.
And say somebody can't make that event. It's 2 hours. Some people still working, and they can't make that event. How would you encourage them to get the information that they may need?
All they need to do is call the Area Agency on Aging. We'll be able to discuss any of those services that they might be able to learn about during that time. The number again is 678-552-2838. Or you can look us up on the internet at threeriversrc.com.
I had that right here in case you didn't know that that address. But yeah, it's Three Rivers. And again, reminding you that you do serve 10 counties, and it's in the Three Rivers region. And there's a lot of things that lump into that region. Is it, when we think about the Three Rivers region, these 10 counties, is that the same region that's used for unemployment stats and things? I mean,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I mean, it could have had a different name, just because it's a different topic. And the website's very helpful. It does give you some ideas of a lot of the work that you guys do for the aging, and some disability resources as well, with counselors available to provide screenings and determine eligibility and referrals for the services that are available.
Transportation, we do the planning with the local city and county governments. A lot of stuff goes on at the regional commission, and that's where we're housed, within the regional commission.
Is this Resource Day, will it talk about transportation as well?
Yes.
Because we recently were entering the second year of a transportation system here in Carroll County, and the stats that we were presented, it's showing that it's successful. We haven't been able to tell how many people actually use it, but we know how many trips have been taken, and for the reasons they're taking it. And I don't know if you're privy to that. Are we seeing a lot of elderly take advantage of our transportation system locally?
We're hoping that it continues to grow at the rate that it is. I know it's continuing to grow. It was a very big, and we were very excited to finally be able to bring that to Carroll County. So the longer it's going to be in the place, I can only see the trips increasing, because it's such a need. Just to be able to get on the trips and go to the doctor, or go to work, or go shopping. You can go anywhere just by calling and signing up for the transportation, and the bus will be right there to pick you up.
Yeah, when it was broke up, the stats I saw, I don't think it mentioned I'm not sure if it mentioned the elderly in particular. So it could have been anybody who was going to work. The elderly could have been going to work, to their doctor's appointments. Some of it was just like joyriding and good fun.
Yeah. It's available for anybody that just wants to go out just for a little ride, yes.
Belinda Meadows, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. She's with the Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging, and she's promoting a Resource Day event that's coming up here in Carrollton next Wednesday. Community resources for families, for the elderly, and for children. It'll be at Beulah Baptist Church on 439 Beulah Church Road here in Carrollton, August the 28th. So put that on your calendar. It'll be 2 o'clock through 4 o'clock. Again, that event sponsored by the Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging and Beulah Baptist Church here in Carrollton. Going to take our second break here and come back with about 10 minutes left in our program. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3, and this morning on News Talk 1330 WLBB's Facebook page.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama, because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
A well-rounded education includes much more than just academics. At Oak Mountain Academy, we encourage our students to find their niche in any of our 42 co-curricular opportunities. Over the past 5 years, we have brought home 5 state and 20 regional athletic titles. Our one-act play and literary teams continuously compete at the region and state level, and our academic teams bring home first place more than not. We are warriors creating legacies. To learn more, visit oakmountain.us.
It is now 8:50. Welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice program here on News Talk 1330, FM 106.3. Our show brought to you by Oak Mountain Academy and Tanner Health System. I'm Colin Worthington, your host this morning. Our guest, Belinda Meadows. She is with the Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging. That group, and Beulah Baptist Church hosting an event next week, Resource Day. It'll be at Beulah Baptist Church here in Carrollton. Going to offer a lot of community resources for families, elderly, and children. And stick around about 5 more minutes. We'll give you some more details on that event. But first of all, I do want to talk a little bit more about what Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging does and some services they do provide. You guys do provide some classes for the elderly.
Because the Area Agency on Aging has professionals that are very knowledgeable about services for the elderly and disabled. Like, we even have classes with certified instructors that could help you with matter balance. If you're falling a lot, we have these classes that you can attend that strengthen your balance, that could prevent falls. We teach Tai Chi, which is very helpful with the elderly or disabled person. Also, chronic illnesses. If you have a chronic illness, we have a whole class set up to teach you more about how to deal with your chronic illness, what to expect, what is the different medications you might be on, side effects. It also teaches you on how to deal with that chronic illness and how to be able to work through it with family members and know about every facets of that chronic illness that you might be dealing with. So anytime that you need anything, even let's switch over to all the different services that the Area Agency on Aging provides, like the Meals on Wheels. We teach you about what's available at the senior centers to help you with socialization, how to even get transportation to the senior center. We can help you with transportation, going to the nursing home to maybe see a loved one, especially if you don't have resources to be able to get there back and forth. And that helps with the quality of life, is to be able to get out and about and be with your friends and family and relatives. We help with sitters in the homes as far as respite care. And respite provides relief of a caregiver. Caregiver stress and caregiver support is very needed because there's so many caregivers out there. We're having a big caregiver event in Noonan on Thursday the next day on the 29th, which I believe is at full capacity, because there's just so many caregivers out there that are just crying out for any kind of support and knowledge. So if you call the Area Agency on Aging, we have lots of support for caregivers out in the community. So you could just give us a call. We could talk you through all the different resources. We have a live database that can tell you about all the resources, even through other companies and businesses that's available for you. We don't just tell you about them. We can link you up with them, stay on the phone with you, do 3-way conversations to help you and use that right terminology and help you, give you that support instead of just passing you off. We just stay with you and work with you as an advocacy to help you get those resources as soon as possible.
That last statement, and not pass you off. I imagine that's a big issue for seniors who do want to call in some information. They're concerned, all right, maybe I can't communicate it properly what I want. Maybe this person's not going to be patient enough with me to help me through this phone call and find out what I need.
That's
Are you
true.
confident that they get that resource when they do call you guys?
Yes, and we can stay on the phone with them and be able to do those three-way conversations and be able to help them navigate through the phone systems. Just help them all the way around, because that's what the Area Agency on Aging is here to do, is to be able to help people live more independent and enrich the quality of their lives.
You talk about classes for caregivers. I mean, initially I'm thinking that this is some employed person that comes in, but it's probably the majority. It's a family member or something that's, they're having to take care of their own family member, and your own personal feelings are involved in that. And are you able to teach them maybe ways to deal with that, to overcome that, to do what they need to accomplish?
Yes, a lot of times we have to work with caregivers on how to take care of themselves. They're so busy taking care of their loved ones. So if we can free up the time of taking care of their loved ones a little bit and kind of teach them how to take care of themselves. By taking time to read that book, take that time to go for a walk, get away for a little bit. You don't need to stay 24/7, because a lot of times it could be the caregiver that passes away before the one that they're taking care of, because it's very stressful. So we kind of teach them how to relax a little bit, take care of themselves, which only makes it better, so they're able to take care of their loved ones. And de-stressing is very helpful.
And I imagine in some cases it's going back to you're taking care of your elderly family member. It's almost like going back to raising your own child.
True.
The responsibilities and just the love and the stress that you're dealing with.
And a lot of times you're raising your own family too.
Anyway,
and then
sure,
you're
same
in the
time.
middle there, you're trying to take care of someone else, your own family, yourself. There's only so much time in the day. So we're always here to support the families as a whole.
And so if somebody does want to reach out to you, what's that phone number again?
678-552-2838. And you can speak to an aging professional.
Again, the Three Rivers Area Agency on Aging, and our guest, Belinda Morris. About 3 minutes left in the program. I'm sorry?
Meadows.
Oh, I'm sorry. Morris is the heads up the West Georgia Council on Aging. Funny enough, yeah, Belinda Meadows. Sorry about that. But we have about 3 minutes left. Let's one more give a big hurrah and shout out and encourage people who may want to participate in this resource fair next week. Give me all the details. Sell it to us.
All right. So be sure and come out on August the 28th at 2 to 4 o'clock and learn about all these different resources. Come out and meet people that's in the community that's here to support you in every different kind of facet throughout the different times of your life, even from children all the way up to elderly. So if you can learn more about these resources, maybe you won't need them right now, but I'm sure that there's going to be friends and family, church members, neighbors that do need these services. So if you're able to just come by just for a few minutes and get some information about those services and pass them, it could really help our community. And that's what it's all about, is working to support your local community.
Would it be beneficial for any business leaders? I mean, people who own small businesses to come out there? Would that somehow help them?
Yes, because it could help them with their employees that they've got on the job. If you have an employee that's having to take off work to work with a family member that they're taking care of, if we can put services in the home to help the one that they're having to take off work, that puts more time on the job. Mm-hmm. So it can help employees by us coming in and talking with the employees about the different services that's available to help them with a caregiver situation, a children's situation, even their self, if they're having a spouse that they're having to take care of, then it helps the employees stay on the job, which is a win-win.
Absolutely. It's called Resource Day. It'll benefit families, elderly, and children. It's community resources available at the Beulah Baptist Church, 439 Beulah Church Road here in Carrollton, August the 28th. That is Wednesday. We're looking at 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock. And is there any information online, you think? Is there a pamphlet online or anything on the agency's website by chance?
There is going to be one put on there.
And if they can't find it, we're going to post this program to our website, newstalk1330.com, so they can listen to that and get, if they forget the date or need information, go back and listen to that program. Belinda Meadows, thank you for coming on our program.
Thank you
and
so
talking
much.
about this. And we look forward to having you on again, maybe another 6, 7, 8, 9 months.
And I
talk
hope
about
to
other
meet
issues.
all the different listeners on August the 28th.
So
2
make
to
sure,
4. Come
make
out
sure
and
you
meet
say
us.
hi to Belinda when you see her out there. 8:59 right now. Stay tuned for national headlines, your local news at 2 minutes after the hour. Glenn Beck's on the air, then Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. Have a great weekend, everybody.